There it is. You got to do this weird shit with this.
You gotta hit the chat thing. Right? It's only been like what 3 months. Hold on. Hey, bot. I don't think anybody can hear you. Really. You guys can hear me. Everybody else say something. Megan.
Yep. What's going on? Well, no audio. People saying no audio.
Knox, say something. Knox.
Yo. Uh-oh. Let's see. Yo. I heard Mega. I could hear audio.
We can hear each other, but the chat can hear. Let me see if I can.
No, I'm hearing the show. I just heard it on the show. So.
Oh, they hear Mega. We can hear each other.
This is brought to you by Snickers and peanut butter. Google got that ass somehow. But
Yep.
This show is brought to you by
people. They can hear me now. I can almost guarantee it. Guys, you can hear me, right? Put it there in the chat. Yeah, I gave you guys so much props, so much love, and none of you guys heard it. So I'm gonna have to keep that I'm gonna have to keep that to myself. But huge shout out to everybody to come check out the channel, check out the show. See, now I'm all messed up, man, because they couldn't hear me. Who came to check out the show live? Thank you guys so much. As usual, can you do YouTube's job? Because, you know, YouTube doesn't want to do that. If you can just hit that thumbs up button and go ahead and share the show on any media that you talk games on, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Pred's hometown of MySpace, you know, anywhere like that, let the gamers know that the gaming podcast is going on right now. Damn, man. I'm not happy about that not hearing me part, but at least we got it fixed. Guys, we got to go into the intros. So, first off, I'm going to start with one of the most opinionated YouTubers out there. You guys might know him with the slogan, pretty good, pretty neat. Knoxximus!
Yo, it's really good, everybody. Pretty good, pretty neat. Another wonderful Saturday night. A great panel, some great topics. We're gonna get into this shiznit. Great chat. You know how it is, man.
Dude, your typical Saturday, just greatness all around, man.
It's great.
All right, brother. Yo, next on the list, you know he's a part of the starting lineup here every Saturday. You might catch him on other shows like Xbox Nation, Crossfire. You might be there just waiting to see if he's in there. He is here every Saturday. Predator!
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Glad to be here. It's funny because you were just talking shit about Google working, and then you fucked it up.
They didn't have to hear that. They didn't hear it though, man. Now
I'll make sure they heard it.
Ah, brother. Dude, you want me to let you know what the view's like under that bus that you just put me under, man?
I'm pretty sure
it's a little dirty. It's a little dirty, man. I'm just saying. All right. Next on the list, coming live from the 405, and you know he's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. Yeah, that's right. Not those people on social media who keep arguing back and forth. No, the intelligent gamers. K Mega.
K Mega, aka Mr. Discord in the house.
Mr. Discord.
Found a way. Man, last night
I don't know if everybody was just tired or what. GRG was a mess, but you know what? The audio worked, and that's all I cared about. Anyway, I appreciate the guys that came and checked us out and listened to us last night. Glad to be here as usual. Let's talk about these topics. Let's get to it. This is a dope little Japanese indie hack and slash game I've been playing. I showed it on Twitter. This game is really dope. I'm telling you, I'm at the very end of it.
Is it in your gameplay today?
It actually is.
Oh,
it was the very beginning of it when I started it. Now I'm at the very end of it. But it's a dope little game, man.
All right. Well, guys, check this out. Of course, we will be having gameplay. I'm going to switch it over momentarily just to let you guys know. When you check out the gameplay, see who has the best gameplay in your opinion. Because then after the show, you can go to Twitter on my page and vote for who you think had the best gameplay. Guys, I want to see a bunch of votes in here. I know a lot of people watch this show. I gotta see what your opinion is. And tonight, it's gonna be between. I was the winner last week, but I was like, man, I haven't faced Mega in a long time, so I kind of rescinded my week off, and I am putting in gameplay tonight. So it is gonna be Xbot448, Predator, and El Mega. So get ready.
Oh. Legendary. Legendary.
What? I don't know how you spell.
Bot, no audio again.
No audio again, bot. You talking good shit, but no audio.
Yeah, there was audio.
There was audio. That said
When
the
you
sound
switched over to the gameplay, I think it might have changed.
Yeah. What's going on here is basically this show is brought to you by Evo's Tekken 7 gameplay from played on by the PlayStation Pro, and the game went out.
Yo, guys, I'm back. I had to go grab a quick sandwich, down at the corner deli real quick. Didn't really eat, man. I was working all day at the vape shop.
I only hear Knox and Mega. Y'all hear me?
Oh, if you guys can't hear,
yeah,
Mega,
yeah. I was hearing everyone. I was hearing everyone in the live feed, in the live stream.
He said.
Yeah, we should be good. Hold on, somebody say something.
Something.
Yeah, well, you're registering.
Yeah. It's going through.
Yo, I think they're starting to troll us now, man, because we had a couple issues. Dude, I have been on the other side.
Yobi just said he hears everybody. So.
All right, well, I'll take Yobi's word for it, man. But I threw a curveball when it comes to topics tonight. We're gonna start with the whole Google Hangout situation, because we are a part of the community, like a gaming community, a small part of the gaming community, in which there are a lot of podcasts, and there are a lot of podcasts that use Google Hangout. Now, for people who don't know, Google has taken the Hangout out of the option for a quick stream. In other words, just putting up a Hangout, getting a bunch of people in there to do a podcast is no longer as easy as it used to be. And I was going to K Mega first. I'm going to do that. He declared himself Mr. Discord. So I want to go to Mega. What do you think the kind of like the aftershock, the effects of them taking Hangout out of kind of like your quick stream option on YouTube? Do you think that there are going to be some smaller YouTubers, who are just starting to like gain a head of steam, getting people to come in and watch? Do you think that we might see some channels kind of like fall by the wayside about this?
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about this. I think people that's kind of lost out that hasn't really got a chance to network they have to wait to see what people are going to be posting on YouTube and social media to try to help them figure out what to get on. And it's going to hurt their channels because it's just like how like last night for us. The one thing about Discord, I like Discord. I started GRG off of Discord, but I had a problem of doing the audio, and it sucked. But now I figured it out. But the one thing that Discord will do, it will expose your mics. If your mic is bad, it's going to sound bad. So there's some things that's got to be fixed with this Hangout situation. As we see doing these transitions, things of that nature, it's still buggy. YouTube knew exactly Google knew exactly what they were doing when they did this. It's unfortunate because you have so many people that has a voice that should be heard.
Why do you think they did this? If you weren't going to get into that, I want to ask that question because I feel this is definitely a detriment, like I said, to the smaller YouTuber out there that doesn't necessarily know like OBS and kind of like streaming software or whatnot, and basically just getting them to kind of like, almost surrender almost. But what do you think is the reason behind it, man?
Well, I mean, it's just all about money, politics. They don't want to have all these content creators on there, and of course that they're getting ready to do their Google Stadia. There's a lot of turnover, and of course, I mean, when you use different like platforms like OBS and other things like that, and then you try to connect the two with things like that, they just probably just don't want people to do all that stuff. I mean, there's a reason why they did it. Maybe they might come back with something bigger and better. I don't know, but for right now, it's going to hurt and affect a lot of the smaller channels and even big channels that's out there that really haven't figured out how to go another route. And so, I mean, and as a person that it took me a long time to figure out how to do the things that I did.
Trust me, brother. I know. I've been in like a hangout with you, trying to talk to you about like OBS and stuff, man. It definitely wasn't the easiest thing to learn, but once it clicked, though.
Yeah, but once it clicks, then I figured it out. So if you want to try to go on Discord, I would say that it's free. But Discord is not easy. Discord is just about the same as trying to learn OBS if you're trying to do it on the fly. I love Discord now since I know what to do with it. It's proper. It is. It's really cool. I see why that. I'm glad that I listened to the Centuries and went ahead and put in the time to do it. But if you want to go that route, there's other ways to do it as well. I'll put a link in the description, so if people that are interested in it, that there's some places that you can go. You might have to pay some money. I think you could go through Xstream, stuff like that, but obviously you can go through OBS, but OBS is not easy either. So I mean, if you're computer savvy, it shouldn't be that hard. But
dude, it took me 3 years to absolutely get OBS down, man.
Yes, it took you 3 years. It took me 3.5. So, so it's just one of those things, man. It's going to hurt a lot of smaller YouTubers and other YouTubers that maybe have some decent channels. And I think this is all a strategy from Google. I
gotta ask you, Mega, and I'm probably only gonna ask you this when it comes down to it in accordance with like the rest of the panel, but as kind of like a longtime YouTuber, right? Mm-hmm. Do you feel any responsibility to try to help out anybody out there who is struggling? Are you planning on like trying to do anything to help out other channels in case they can't get it going, or in figuring out a way to get kind of like their content out there as well?
Well, I mean, I could if somebody comes and asks me, I'll give you all the information that I can. I mean, but I mean, I just kind of go with the flow with everything, and when I was looking to get help, a lot of people didn't want to assist me in it. So I kind of look at it like, all right, I got my situation right here, but I'm not that type of person. If somebody really want any help or get any info from me, or if I could lead somebody to the right person, I don't have no problem of doing that, because we're all a community. Yeah. And I'm all about trying to help people that's trying to help themselves. So no, I don't have a problem with it whatsoever. Now, if you're thinking I'm going to be dropping videos and how-tos and stuff like that, that's not me. I work too much, and I want to
Your
game.
channel needs more tutorials, man. You got to throw them out there. Let people know how to do this stuff, man.
I do, but I mean, I seen those snaps. She did one. She did a great job. You do them. I'll leave that to you.
I like that answer, brother. I like that. Yo, speaking of snaps, she put in the chat. She put it forces people to learn new skills or leave the platform. And I hear what you're saying on that, and you are telling the truth. But I'm asking, kind of like, is it right? You know what I'm saying? Is it right to just like pull something out like that, or do they even care? Kind of like about the smaller channels or whatnot. I think we kind of already know that answer, but we'll go to Pred on this one. And Pred, what do you think about kind of like what do you think the after effects are going to be from this whole Google Hangout thing? You heard what I said. Snap said. Like I got to ask you. Do you believe that what she said? You have to learn new skills or pretty much leave the platform. And
well, I mean, in the age we're in now, there's always an alternative, like whether it's Discord or somebody else creates something to use with YouTube to make it easier. Like I don't do like a lot of live shows and live podcasting like that. Like I don't set it up like you guys do, but when I've done it, like it was simple, with using Google Hangouts, and I think that's what everyone liked about it, the simplicity of it. Once you start doing all the other stuff that you do, like start putting gameplay and stuff like that into it, like that makes it more difficult. But you're using like what, 2, maybe 3 different things to get a podcast running, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So like for some people, it's easy just to do like, a Google Hangout, hit that button, boom, and you're off to the races without all the extra stuff in there. But Snaps is right, like it forces you to learn something new, but you still don't want to take away something that's simple from people who don't want to do all the extra shit. Like you just want to get on a mic and talk. And right now it's working. I mean, we're using it right now, so it's not like it's completely gone. I just think that I think they have other plans for it. I didn't really read into too much of this, but it's almost like some of the businesses, from what I saw, like the version they use, they're going to start charging for it. Did I see that right?
I'm not sure about the charging. Are you talking like what's it called, meetings or something like that?
Yeah, like the meetings and something else they were using. Like I think they're going to start charging for that, because I think I clicked on it and saw that asked me for money. I was like, no. So like, that's like, no, I ain't fucking with that. But like, and again, if you're a serious hardcore streamer, you want to do hardcore stuff like you do here, like at some point in time, you're gonna have to pay for something. Whether you're still off the internet or something like that, but you're going to have to put something together where you're going to have to actually buy something. So most of the hardcore people are going to go out and spend the money they need to spend to make their outlet better. But, for the smaller people who just do this like maybe once or twice a month and just do something they just want to get on the mic and talk to, like, I think there'll be alternative ways to do it. There'll be something. There's always something else out there.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that it's not integrated into YouTube though. So there's going to be something where you're going to have to go to some place, whether it's like a completely open, like different source like Discord is and stuff like that, where there's a lot of people who got accustomed to just hitting that quick live stream.
Yeah, they're just getting out of their comfort zone. So like Snap said, learn something new, step out of your comfort zone and figure out another way to make it work. I mean, like you can't, rely on the one thing you're using isn't going to be there forever and ever and ever and ever. Like figure out something else to do just in case you need a backup plan. Because like we went through and we tested, like that was one of the questions I asked a couple of days ago. What are we going to use if this shit doesn't work? And I think it was Staps that went out, she tested it, and it's like, it works fine, so like.
Yeah, and besides Hangouts, I had a couple kind of like, I was like, we can go into
Xbox,
ideas,
right?
We could do Xbox Live, do a private party and do it that way. We can go into Skype and do it that way as well. But I also know OBS. I guess the main thing here is, and Predator, I want to hear your opinion on this. Like, I feel like this was Google's way to kind of like trim down the smaller subscriber channels that do depend on the Hangout for their like live shows and stuff like that. So they might be getting like more views but not a lot of subscribers, and that's their way of, and I hate to use this, but in the business term, kind of like trim the fat.
But why would they do that though?
Because it's not doing them anything. It's not doing anything.
It's not hurting them either though. Like, right? It's not helping or hurting them.
But they with their policies, and they kind of point to the smaller channels as the ones that are putting on the content that, you know, people are complaining about, whether it's the advertisers or something like that. I feel like this is a way to kind of like trim the fat, possibly make like the companies happy in terms of advertising on YouTube as well. Am I wearing the tinfoil hat, or do you think that there might be something to that, man?
No, I don't think they're like they're not gonna lose any. It's an app, right? It's a program that they've already created. They don't have to put too much work into it. Like they're not gaining or losing anything with everyone using the program. Only thing I can see them saying is we got to pay for it now. That would be something different. But if it's free software to utilize, and they can make a little bit of change off of advertisements from other podcasters out there, why would you take that away? Like that's just like it doesn't make any sense to me why they would do that, you know, unless they're just tired of messing with it.
Doesn't make a lot of sense with some of the shit that they do with YouTube either, though. Like let's be real, man.
But even, I mean, realistically, right? Even if they are doing, let's say they are doing what Xbox said, right? Like they're trying to trim the fat and trying to get, you know, smaller channels that may not be contributing to, you know, right? But even those channels, if people are resourceful, bro, they're gonna, whoever wants to be on here is going to find a way to be on here. It just is, you know what I mean? So I don't think this is gonna break anything. It might delay stuff for, you know, a day or two, but trust me, people are resourceful, man. They're gonna go out there, they're gonna figure it out, they're gonna get on Discord, they're gonna do all the options you guys just put out here, they're gonna find them.
Yeah, I agree that to a certain extent, though. I mean, it's all about taking down, you know, putting down the traffic. They've been saying this and been cutting back on YouTube for a minute. They've been doing, you know, with these advertisements and all that. They'll flag your channel just for pretty much anything now. It used to be a pretty
channels
open
and stuff like that. They don't even promote them anymore in their algorithm.
Right, yeah, and you know, they thought that they were going to try to push people away with the new algorithm that they've been doing. I mean, I kind of figured that the way that they were presenting it, or the way that they talked about it and stuff, because if you go in there and you listen to what their little studio, their little creative studios or whatever, I guess it's for people who has over 1,000 subs or more or whatever. I don't know, but
I haven't listened to that video yet at all.
They got a monthly thing that they do, and I listen to it quite a bit, you know, just to see what they're trying to do, what they're not going to do, things like that, get some ideas on whatever. But this is exactly what they're trying to do. They're cutting down on traffic. They don't, and then what's the best way to get people to stay away is to charge them. Like if they. I mean, that's
it's a great point. No, I'm laughing because it's a great point. Like, that's the best way.
What's the best way to get people to not want to participate? Because if you do, let's say that if you want to get Hangouts and do it for $10 a month, and you only have so many subs, and you do so many subs, and you only get so many views, that's gonna get people upset, and then they're gonna quit because they're gonna be like, I'm investing in however many dollars a month. And then I'm not benefiting because YouTube's algorithms are still going to be against you. And that's where things get crazy. So it is to reduce traffic. And it's very unfortunate for when you go back to when this whole thing really got started about 10 years ago. It was just an open platform for people to have a voice.
Yeah, that was the heart of YouTube, though. Like that
was the heart of YouTube, but they changed. And when they had an outlet,
YouTube out of YouTube.
Right, and I forgot what that other site was, but it shut down, and it was supposed to combat against YouTube. I forgot what it was. Miss K and them were all over there, and I went over there and dropped some videos, and it was completely different because you could just post whatever you wanted to. You didn't have any stipulations. It was pretty just old school the way it was, but it died. And so it's just corporate greed. It's corporate.
Is that that's not Daily Motion, is it?
No, it wasn't Daily Motion. Daily Motion is still around. It was another one. I actually really liked it.
Oh, yeah, no, I
can't think of the name of it.
There was a couple that tried to come in and tried to give like another platform out there streaming, and they never really took off, man.
Yeah, so
I want to pay the bills
I
real
see
quick.
snaps. Oh, yeah, I see snaps. She over here telling me, she's like, "Stop, Mega. I'm giving them ideas. Trust me. I think that they're already doing that, so they could try to maybe alleviate some of the hardships that they're going to go through with Stadia. That's just my thoughts about it.
Well, yo, shout out to Andrew Wilkins hitting up that super chat. Thank you, brother, for the support. He says, I agree, bot. You have people who do 3-minute live streams, only get 3 live viewers, wasting server space like Mads Gaming. Mads Gaming, isn't that somebody in our community? I think that's somebody in our gaming community. I don't know. Was that a shot right there? I think that might have been a shot fired, man. I don't know. But, to me, guys, and I appreciate all the support of this channel, but I let people know, my channel's approaching 4,000 subscribers. And it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. But even if it was just like 1 subscriber, I'd still be putting out the same kind of content. The numbers don't matter to me. It's just that people actually want to hear what I have to say in a hobby that I really love. Getting involved in and stuff like that. I still have that from the first day I started this channel. But so the whole 3 viewers thing, I'm like, eh. But if you're coming out with 3-minute video, like live streams and stuff like that, I don't know. Unless anybody else has anything else to say about this, we can move on to the next topic. What do you guys think?
We can move on, but I think Vimo. I think that was the name of it. I think that was
Vimo.
Yeah, that was.
There you go.
That was a really cool site. I mean, it was really cool. I mean, there was. They really hated YouTube, and they would have a lot of videos. Like the main guy that was there wore a bandana and stuff. But I would have to say, like, it showed better quality than YouTube, and you had true freedom to put in pretty much whatever that you wanted to, and it really wasn't over the top. There was rarely any of that crazy fanboy shit. So. I mean, I watched a lot of videos and stuff over there, and then because of the stranglehold of YouTube, they had to shut down last year. So I'm very unfortunate. But the only way that YouTube is going to change anything is if there's somebody that can bring some actual true competition to it. And without so many people there, it's going to be hard.
Brother, you just gave me the segue of all segues, because we are going in to quite possibly the biggest news that has been within this community, within this gaming industry. It's not necessarily in terms of games, but it's in terms of streaming. And when I say streaming, I'm talking about a particular streamer. The streamer known as Ninja. You guys might know him for Fortnite. It's kind of hard if you're a part of the gaming community at all to not know this guy's name. He is basically the world's biggest streamer. And he's been streaming Fortnite like crazy. It seems that he has left the platform Twitch to go and stream exclusively with Mixer. And we all know Mixer is the platform that Microsoft owns. And this created a huge wave on social media, especially on Twitter, man. People were talking about this is great for Xbox. There was people saying that this dude... is a deserter, that Twitch helped make him the streamer and help build his name as much as it is now and stuff like that. And he basically abandoned that platform. Now, me personally, I'm gonna put my opinions out there first. I think this is a really good, a great first step when it comes to Mixer in terms of getting other people to the platform. There's a lot of people out there who actually don't even know what Mixer is, and we could go back to marketing on that and then marketing the platform and stuff. But now having Ninja on the Mixer platform, we've already seen iOS. It was the most downloaded free app as soon as Ninja announced that he was moving there. I believe it was the same with Android as well. He had a bunch of viewers his first stream on there, and I think this is really good for Mixer, but I also believe it's only a first step. Now, Microsoft needs to kind of go with this momentum and really start kind of like advertising and marketing the streaming platform. I'm gonna go to Knox first on this one. Knox, what do you think about this announcement when it comes to Ninja? What do you think about the benefits in terms of the Mixer platform? If it's gonna mean something really big in the long run? You heard what I said. Do you agree with me that it's a good first step? What do you think, man?
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. First, I'm not too big into watching streamers, like game streamers. This has never been my thing, so I'm not very familiar with them. I just found out basically about this ninja dude just because, you know, Crossfire yesterday. I had to do a little research before the show to know who the hell he was. Seriously,
well, dude, when you found out, you're like, damn, I never heard of him before. And
I never heard of him. I don't know who. I really don't. I really didn't. The only streamer I know is Dr. Disrespect, and that's because
dude, I thought you were gonna say, "Oh snap, it smelled." Let's start that over.
Cousin, well, all right, but I don't really watch streaming of games. Like, it's not my thing to really do. I'll show support, you know, for my peoples, but I don't really watch it. Now, if Microsoft is going to continue to build on this to try to make Mixer bigger or better or more popular, at first, I mean, whatever, they already went this route, so that's fine. I think they could have done it for a lot cheaper and a lot more creative than this.
We don't know how much money was put in. We know it's a multi-year contract. There's been rumors going around. There's some people that said 3 years, so much odd million. There's people that said 6 million, but the 6 million, and they said like $932 million. That was completely made up.
The last things I saw was somewhere between like 50 or 90 for some odd years, like 5 or 6 years. I'm not particularly sure. So something to that effect. But again, I'm like, if it's gonna make Mixer better, if they think that this is something that's they really want to delve into and support, then I guess I think they could have spent that money way differently and way better. But you know, it is what it is,
because they are two different like areas. I believe they have two different budgets. I don't think any of the money that they gave to Ninja, I don't think that was like in the game development fund and they pulled it out to give it to them.
No, probably not. But I'm just saying, like, it's like a synergy between, right? That's what they want to do. They want to stream their games. It's all gaming related, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's different budgets and different departments for all of that shit. But, yeah, like, to me, it's I don't know. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm indifferent about it. It doesn't really mean anything to me in a good way or a bad way. I would have liked to see, this alleged budget that they're paying him, because like you said, we don't know what it is.
Somebody
but if it
put
is
in the chat, it's like 6 years, like 92 million or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Something like that. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, all right, man, you really think this dude is worth that much bread, bro? Like, it is what it is. There's a lot smarter people than me that are making those decisions.
It depends on whether or not they want to make that streaming platform like relevant and get it to grow more. Then I would think that it would be beneficial in that area. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean, I guess. But I mean, what's he gonna play? The same game he plays? Where he plays Fortnite?
Well, that's something I'm going to get into after I get like the first thought. So hang on to that, Knox. I'm going to move on to Predator and hear what he thinks about the announcement in terms of what it means to Mixer, because we're going to dive a little bit deeper after that. So, Pred, what do you think about this announcement? Did you know who Ninja was before all this? And what do you think this could possibly do for the streaming platform Mixer, man?
See, I don't watch streamers either. It's not my thing. I don't know if this is a generational thing or not. But
there's a lot of kids that watch streamers.
A lot of kids do, yeah. So like, as a gamer, I want to play my games, not watch someone else play them. Mm-hmm. So I just can't. I've never been able to get into that. Even the esports stuff, like I just can't get into it. And it's funny, but it's crazy how big it's gotten, and it's like something that our generation didn't have, because we didn't have streaming and social media back then when we started playing. But now it's out there and people can watch all these other gamers play games, and it's become like like it's gotten huge, as big as esports are. You have all this stuff coming on. They put it on ESPN. They had a guy getting interviewed the other day that I guess he won the Fortnite tournament and won like $3 million, some shit like that. But like, it's crazy how big gaming has gotten for us to start, for companies, I'll say, to start recruiting people to stream on their platform. Is this like, the questions that go through my head, is this going to be like the next big thing where like the next exclusive, like they start pulling streamers to be on their platform, because like I know Microsoft has their platform and so does other outlets. You got Twitch, you got other stuff like that. So like, what better way to get people to come over to your platform, but by bringing someone as huge as this guy is over to it. And I could see them picking up other people too, or, if Microsoft is willing to sign people to exclusively stream on their platform, other companies can do it too.
Yeah. So
you can see that little war starting now going on.
They kind of like they might have opened Pandora's box on that whole thing.
Correct. So for gaming as a whole, I think it's good. And it's good for the Mixer channel. I can just see like, if you want to watch Guy X stream his game, you can only get it on Mixer through your Xbox app. Like I can see that becoming a thing. So I like you said, Pandora's box has been opened, so we'll see what happens with these other companies and these other streamers, and see if they start offering the same type of deal.
Mm-hmm. Now, Pred, something. Snap hit up that super chat. Snaps, I am taking that $2. By the way, I'm just letting you know that you're not getting it back after or anything like that. But she put in the super chat. Would you consider him a sellout? Yo, many are saying this. So. Pred, think about this. Like, Ninja started off on Twitch. He made his name on Twitch. Twitch promoted and marketed him as well as he was getting bigger, making him even bigger. Do you consider him a sellout here?
No, not really. Look at it this way. Like, I watch a lot of contracts and football and stuff like that. So you see, like, these guys, they want that guaranteed money. They don't want to have to play out their contract. You don't want an incentive-laden contract where, you got to get this many touchdowns and this many yards. Because if you don't get that, you're not getting that money. Whereas what Microsoft did with this guy, it's guaranteed money, right? Like you get it, like this is how much you're getting paid just to do it on our platform. Yeah, done. And I'm sure there's other incentives in there too. But like, we don't know if Twitch didn't offer him something similar. Maybe they did and they couldn't match what Microsoft offered him. But let's be real, you got two choices. You want to continue to do your podcast, or if Microsoft says, hey, we want you to do your podcast exclusively on Mixer on Saturdays at 5 p.m. and we're going to pay you $13 million. Are you going to do this podcast anymore?
Yo, don't ask me that question. Don't ask me that question, brother.
Out. Your body's about to bounce right now. How many yuccas was that, my dude? Yeah. I'm right there. I'm just shit. Let's go.
Hang this motherfucking mic up right now. Wow. So like, people got guaranteed money. Like you can't. People got to start 6 years for $20 million, and it's yours. And just stay on our platform for 6 years. Done.
And I'm pretty sure that Twitch, benefited just as much as Ninja did. That's, you know what I'm saying? So, there's no allegiance to this stuff, man. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, bro. You go where the better deal is, man. If that's what suits his needs, that's where you got to go.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how many subs he gets on Mixer.
I think he got like over 80,000 right now.
How many did he have before?
I think altogether, like followers, which aren't subs, they're just people who follow. They don't pay anything or anything like that. I think he had 14 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I'm curious to see if he gets up to those totals on Mixer. But at this point, it doesn't matter because he's getting paid regardless, right? So, like, it's guaranteed money for him. Like, and keep in mind, I know you're going to get into this later, but he streams Fortnite. There's nothing saying he couldn't have done that on Mixer before. He's not signed to a contract with Twitch that I know of. It's just his platform that he uses, but he could have easily done it on both.
That is true. That is true. And he chose to, I think he chose, because like they were also helping to market him as well. I think he really started getting big when, who's that Canadian rapper that sings all the ghostwritten music? What the hell? Drake. Yeah, that's right. I said Ghost Riders. All right, but Drake played Fortnite with him, and that's when you really started hearing his name. After that, like that's when.
Oh, that's what he played Fortnite with. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I know that. So
Yeah, so like that's when his name really started to come out there. But let's move on to K Mega. Mega, what do you think about this this announcement here? Is this a good thing for Mixer? Do you think it's something that has like the ability to do something in the long run for this streaming platform, man?
I didn't. I'm just like everybody else. I didn't really. I've seen a commercial of Ninja. That's when somebody brought it to my attention who he was. I never watched any of his streams. The only thing I watch is this dope ass gameplay of Shadow of War that's on right now. But anyway,
as you said that, I switched over to Pred's gameplay. So you said dope ass gameplay, and Pred's gameplay was like, what? Okay, I'm on.
It shows my name. I don't know, but anyway,
no, it doesn't. No. You're on a delay. You're on that OKC
you got a
delay, brother.
Shit, boy, my internet. Oh yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, I was over there. Yeah, that was okay. It is on. Hold on, who's on here? What's going on here? Let me check this out. Now, I was. Oh yeah, okay. Now, yeah, that's showing gears. Never mind. Trash.
Shit.
No. Anyway, no. I didn't. I watch streams, but when I watch streams, it's mostly watching some stuff from Evo. I couldn't tell you whose everybody's names is. I watch some streams of Forza and of more of Halo, but I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I couldn't tell you the names of these guys. I just just play the game and just go from there. But just watch what they do and then try to look at strategies of how they do it. But I've never played Fortnite ever. I haven't even seen what it looks like.
I played Save the World. I played Save the World. I've
never played Fortnite. I've never played it. I couldn't tell you what it looks like. I remember seeing that there was a big stage of people, and Paul George was at E3 last year, and they were announcing it, but I just walked past it. I was never interested in Fortnite, so so that could be one of the reasons why I didn't know who this guy was. But to me, when you look at the situation of him going from Twitch to Mixer, this is a business decision, and nobody should be upset about it. I know that there's a guy that pretty much tried to promote himself, or really did, because he got over 1.5
that other streamer who got all pissy?
5 million
yeah
views, and that's just good pub, because people may think that he's an ass, but he did what he was supposed to do. Like, he got the attention, and he could be the next guy that could take some of the Twitch followers from Ninja. But it's just like with any other job. If you working and somebody offers you a better deal, and then on the flip side, you go to your job and you say, "Hey, I've been offered this." If you like your job, and you say, "Hey, look, these people offer me this. Can you match?" And if they can't, then what are you going to do? You're going to move on to the next job. It's just that simple. And that's just they. It's like what Fred said. They added some things to the pot. But do how I feel about it overall with how it will benefit Xbox, I think in the long run it will benefit Xbox.
No, I said benefit Mixer, because we're gonna get into the Xbox side of it.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, no, it definitely benefits Mixer, because
in the long run.
Yeah, in the long run, because not only that he will be the face of Mixer, there'll also be a domino effect, and there'll be other streamers that will come over because they realize, hey, this is a new place that we can come and take over. We don't really have too much competition over here, and
there's more interactability in Mixer as well.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it's all about. If we could go back a couple of years and look at the whole situation where people were tripping out about how much money that Microsoft spent on picking up Minecraft. Everybody's like, $2 billion. Are you kidding? That's crazy. They can spend their money on
made that shit
things.
Back in like a week.
They can make some games. We ain't seen no AAA games in it. And look what happened. They made their money back not even in a year. So it's like it's a smart position to get a face for Mixer. And then, like I said, the domino effect. And then on top of that, when we go and we change over to talk about the other aspect of it, to where it could benefit Xbox. it just seems like it's a smart deal, and it's a win-win for everybody, because not only it's a win-win for Ninja, it prolongs his streaming career. It also helps out Mixer so it can get his name out there. Because it was all over the news. It was everywhere, in newspapers and articles, everywhere. And not only that, it actually brings some attention to smaller Twitch people to go ahead and maybe be that new face, and then try to go for that number one spot. So like I said, the domino effect, all of those things are win-wins for everybody. So anybody that would bitch and complain and say that he betrayed Twitch, I don't remember seeing. I don't remember hearing anything
Twitch
about.
Streamers are saying that. The only reason why they're saying that is because a bunch of potential like subscribers and viewers, let's be honest, they just left Twitch to go with their number one streamer, and they went over to Mixer, so they're losing out on the potential like viewers. And I think that's the main thing that would get people who are Twitch streamers, would get them mad right now.
Well, yeah, I mean that could get them mad, but I mean, look, this is business, and you got to look at it like this. Twitch, yeah, they gave it was a platform, but Twitch, the people from Twitch didn't call Ninja and tell him, hey, look, this is what you do to get these many people. This is how you got to maintain your status. This is what you got to. He did the hard work to get to that position.
Great point.
And so the whole reason why anybody would complain about that's just for any YouTuber out there that's out there, did the hard work, pressed, it got to the point to where they are. Like, I'm not a fan of PewDiePie, but he's done the hard work. He's got there. So anybody hating on the guy for his success, I think is ignorant. I never hate on another man or woman.
I haven't heard in a while either, man.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying for that just for that reason. I mean, the person put in that work. He did the due diligence to get himself to that position. So why would anybody hate on that? That you got to put a lot of effort, a lot of time. You have to have a lot of faith, and you have to have a strong a group of people to support you to go through that, because that shit ain't easy. So he did that on his own. He helped build Twitch on top of help building himself. So all he did is just elevated Twitch even higher. Now he went and got a better deal. Twitch didn't want to match. So now here he goes to Mixer. I got nothing but support for the man. I don't even know him. I've never seen his shit, but hey, good luck to you.
But keep hustling, brother. Keep hustling.
Keep the hustle going.
Yes, sir. Now, see, we're gonna move over to kind of like any benefits to Xbox, and there's something I want to throw kind of like into this podcast soup real quick. And we all know Mixer is naturally integrated into Xbox. Now, say that their plan works out. You know, Ninja comes over, brings a lot of people over to watch Mixer, and before you know it, they start, you know, liking that whole streaming platform, more interactivity. Now, this is going to be on Xbox's side to do this. You advertise that this streaming platform runs natively on your console, that you don't need anything. You don't need you know, the Elgato or anything like that. You can stream right to Mixer from your console. To me, that's a huge benefit right there. Then people are like, man, all I need is an Xbox One, and I can stream to Mixer, no problem. That right there, that's a benefit to Xbox. Now, Predator, we're talking about benefits to Xbox. Do you see any in terms of Ninja coming over? I do know in his announcement, he talked about this is his ability to go back to his roots and what got him to really love streaming. And for people who don't know, Ninja started as a competitive Halo player. So with that being said, Predator, what do you think? Benefits for the Xbox console, the Xbox brand, are there any with Ninja coming over to Mixer?
Of course there are. I mean, like, just having him over with all his subs, if he can pull, you know, 60% of those subs over to Mixer that he's got, that's a win for the Mixer community as a whole. So that's the first plus. Secondly, like, you know, you can actually have him not just doing streaming, because now he's under the Microsoft umbrella. Like we have, those crappy ass shows we get every month that we do that they just fired everybody on. Inside Xbox, he can appear on.
I love how you put that. They just fired everybody on. You know those shows? Yeah.
I couldn't think of the names. I was kind of ad-libbing for a minute there. Like Inside Xbox, he can come on there and make appearances. He doesn't just have to stream. And I haven't even watched to see if he's streamed anything yet since he's been under the umbrella.
He did.
But like that was one of the that's why I asked that question before. Like, how many subs does he have now since he's came over? How many did he drag over with him? And I would think like, because I usually only person I really watch stream is when Mike Ybarra used to play PUBG, right? That's it. Like
he used to give codes away like crazy too, man.
Oh yeah, and that's why. And plus, I loved PUBG at the time, so I was always watching him play.
Also, you do watch people play games.
I watched him play.
That is a person, I think.
And but the thing is, like, he would actually interact with me in chat, so that was actually pretty cool talking to Mike Ybarra in chat while he gamed. So that was cool. But like, I don't know this new guy, this ninja guy. So like, I'm not gonna interact with him and his 14 million fucking subs, like. But I think having him under the umbrella is a good start because they can actually bring other streamers over with the same type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like going forward, like they might be out looking for other streamers as well. Something like, I don't know how good Mixer's doing, but this obviously is something that's going to help them with the brand of Mixer. I don't know a lot of people who use Mixer, like outside of the Xbox community. Like you don't see any. Like, who's the biggest Mixer streamer out there before he came along?
Mike Ybarra.
Seriously, seriously, it's not Mike Ybarra.
Well, Mike Ybarra is pretty big on Mixer, but you can kind
outside of him, like this is an average Joe streamer. Dude. Like I don't know either. That's what I'm getting at. Like you didn't know. I don't think anybody out here can answer that question because no one really watches Mixer streams. Like everybody's on Twitch or on other mediums. So like, I think like getting him over under a contract, and if they are interested in getting other people over under contract, will obviously reap benefits to having those streamers exclusively. But does it
benefit Xbox at all? Is what I'm trying to say. Does it benefit Xbox at all?
Yeah, Xbox, Mixer, the whole Microsoft community, yeah. But like just Xbox, are we gonna get games from it? No. If that's what you're asking, no, I don't think so.
See, now here's the thing. When I heard, going back to your roots and stuff like that.
You're just trying to tie in Halo into this conversation. And
I think, Halo coming out next year, he is like, the most popular streamer out there. He's a competitive Halo guy. Fortnite, it is still kind of like, one of the absolute top games in terms of streaming and all that good stuff. But it's on the decline right now.
How much faith do you have to have in Halo coming out that you have to go hire someone just to stream the game? Like, shouldn't it stand alone on its own?
But that's like, if they don't believe in TV commercials and stuff like that, what's the next best way to get that game out there in terms of marketing and advertising?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe a TV commercial?
No, but I said if they don't believe in that, brother.
If anything they need to do a TV commercial for, it should be Halo.
Yeah, but then why get them now?
Marketing, balls to the wall marketing like Halo. That's just me. I mean, if they're not going to do marketing for anything, they have to do marketing for Halo. Custom console, controller, fucking fake gun, fucking the size of your wall, like something. Like they got to do something for Halo. Like they can't just not market Halo and just be like, oh, we got this streamer though.
Get that Primatine Mist all on your wall, baby.
Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, I really don't think. Yeah, if they can use them, they could use them. But I don't think it's like for a Halo, like to bring any attention or shine any spotlight onto Halo. They need to approach that in a whole different freaking matter, in a whole different fucking way. Seriously,
but they don't believe in TV commercials, man.
Well, then they're gonna just keep making the same mistakes. You know what I mean? Like you can't. We don't believe in TV commercials. Well, put it anywhere. Put it on whatever commercial you want. Put it on Netflix, bro. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Like, if they don't gonna advertise their product and they're not gonna get the word out there, there's only but so much the community's gonna do. Yes, the community is absolutely helpful and will get the word of mouth is great, but you need that advertising, bro. You need for everybody to be able to see this stuff, bro. And
Russian, was that a true statement or are you just being funny? He's, I think, the number one streamer before Ninja got only a tenth of what Ninja has.
It was
I
definitely
think,
a lot
maybe
lower.
around 200,000, maybe.
That might-
I think,
that might
about
be,
200. I seen somebody had like 204,000.
Or he might have, I think, then
streamers are.
Ninja might have like 800,000, like from yesterday. So we have no idea what it is right now. I can't check right now. I'm making sure the podcast goes smoothly. I'm not going to jump around on my computer either.
I think Microsoft is doing this just for Mixer's sake. They're trying to like maybe this is their last hurrah. Like, hey, if we can't get things jump started on Mixer with this guy, give it a few years and then shit can it like they did the Zune player or whatever the hell, or Groove Music. I mean, serious. I mean, it's not like Microsoft hasn't shown that this is part of their practice, bro. They will support something until they no longer feel like supporting it, and that's that. They don't got any quarrels with just getting rid of shit.
Yeah,
is Skype about to go the way of the dodo too?
I've been hearing stuff like that as well. Yeah, and I do feel like there have been times where Microsoft themselves have cut the cord, and I feel prematurely on different projects. Windows Phone, Zune. Stuff like that. I feel like they kind of pulled the cord prematurely, and they cut the cord. They dropped the project, and I felt like they still had room there. But yeah, they definitely. Knox, I'll agree with you on that. And that could be like kind of like their last hurrah. And that's one thing about Microsoft. You never know if they're gonna stick to it or not. I mean, they did it with Office, right? Office was thought when it first came out, for quite a few years after it first came out, to be complete garbage. But now in business standards today, it is the standard. Everybody uses Office. So like, why don't they kind of put that mentality into these projects that they're doing now? I think this could be good for Mixer. I also think it could be good for Xbox, because like I said, Knox, what do you think about the whole premonition that, the Mixer streaming platform is native on the Xbox? You got, so many people coming over to watch the world's number one streamer. When they hear that they can just stream on Mixer, where their favorite streamer is, just by getting a console, do you not think that would be like, man, maybe I should get an Xbox One?
It's possible, but why not just advertise on television the reason why you should get an Xbox One and include that on there? You understand what I mean? Like, you're doing you're not trying to come full circle by going around a way longer fucking thing that you should. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that is a possibility. Yes. Oh, okay. Now my favorite streamers there, but they can also go on PC and stream their games, which Microsoft won't mind that either. But
they won't.
They won't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if that were the case, right, then why not just put it out there and advertise it? Hey, Xbox One, where you got this, that, you got this game, that game, Mixer native to the console, looking for group built right in and all that stuff. You advertise all that where Ninja plays. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do that, then approach it that way. Don't just, okay, we hired this guy, he's gonna come now, he's gonna be playing games. So now, all right, you guys want to watch Ninja, you got to watch him here. That's pretty much all they've done. If you want to watch Ninja play his game, this is where you're going to watch him play his games now. Not on Twitch, it's now on Mixer. And they're trying to take those people away from Twitch and bring them to Mixer. And they probably did, according to Talus in the chat. Shout out to my man Talus. So far, he's got 553,000 subs.
Yogi
watchers.
said over 563,000 right now.
Yeah,
so that's a pretty good start, man.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's only been not even been 48 hours yet.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, this is what are they gonna go get the guy that was playing Crackdown and was like with the fake enthusiasm? Go hire him too, and then have him come stream games.
I don't remember anybody with fake enthusiasm, man. You're gonna have to send me a link on that one.
There was some dude, man. He was very happy. He's like, all right, boom, boom.
He's talking about the
one more boom.
I seen him. He's a streamer too. forget his name. He got a beard. I see him on there.
Yeah, I just found him hilarious because he just looked so forced when he was. I saw like a clip of it and shit that someone made.
Well, you know, you
funny.
take a clip, man, you might get it out of context. But I want to shout out Z Black Rider and Brian V, who actually they make some good points in the chat. Z Black Rider, he's like, imagine the marketing potential if Ninja ever did a game night playing with his followers on Xbox. Something like that would be insane right there. And Brian V said it'll be very telling on their next Inside Xbox whether or not Ninja is there to push the platform more. And that's a good point, man. If you see Ninja on the next Inside Xbox, you know, talking about Mixer and stuff like that, you can tell that they're kind of serious about pushing this all the way through, all the way forward, man.
So I just posted in our Twitter chat the top Mixer streamers, right? So there's a guy named the Gref G. He's got 818,000 followers. He's number 1. Number 4 is Ninja. He's only been on there a week. He's got 449,000.
It's not even been a week. It's only been not even been 48
hours, man.
He's got he's already number 4 with half the amount that the first guy does.
Well, I thought he would automatically take over first place as soon as he announced that shit. Like, let's
give it like another 2 weeks.
Yeah. But and like I said, and the reason why I'm looking at this in terms of like Halo coming out in 2020 is because, like I said, Fortnite is on the decline right now. It's still like the number one like game that is being streamed and all that good stuff, but it fluctuates now. Their last live event, it didn't get as many kind of like active viewers as any other event within Fortnite. There's kind of like strong there's strong like evidence here that, you know, Fortnite is definitely on the decline. And if Ninja is talking about going back to his roots, like I think he's talking about, because he doesn't just stream Fortnite, but that is his bread and butter right now. So I think he's also thinking about kind of like spreading out kind of like his stream schedule and the games that he streams with. And with that being said, what better thing to do than, you know, with the next Halo coming out, where they're trying to kind of cater both to the old school Halo guys and kind of like the newer fan base, to have somebody like Ninja like streaming that game on Mixer, you know, on launch day. I mean, that would be insane.
But then why get him now?
Because they could.
Yeah, but then what are you gonna do to fill the void though? Like,
he's gonna do exactly what he does.
Right. Look, he got to establish his. Is everybody done yet, or?
You've never been afraid about talking over anybody. Man,
I just was waiting you because I mean, a lot of my points that I was going to make was already said, but I mean that's great. But
he's like, that's great. My talking points, man.
Yeah, for real. But anyway, this is a good step. This is a good move for 2 reasons. Okay, everybody on this panel are older guys. And most of us already said that we didn't really know who he was. We were like, yeah, we don't know. I don't. So we don't
know who that
guy right there. I don't know. He just seen his funny hair, and I mean, we're not in that demographic. So
that is true.
We're not in that demographic. So this is one of those steps to where you can have the younger audience, because look, it's just like with my son, with 100 son, a lot of kids. I mean, Fred, your kids, a lot of people watch YouTube streaming. That's why it's big as it is. I mean, esports wouldn't be as huge as it is if people weren't watching. So what is the best way to do to have a person like this, who is the biggest streamer, to advertise one of your games? That's basically, I think, the lead up to it. I think that's one of those incentives to, like, look, you want to go back to your roots? Hey, all you got to do is have a game night showing Halo. We'll have a couple of YouTube commercials, throw a couple of commercials out there. They're definitely going to have some commercials on television, but The actual fact is that television is on a huge decline, cable especially. The only thing that really actually picks up a lot of eyes are sporting events.
Sports.
That's why I say if Microsoft is smart, what they do is go after the sporting events and then advertise your ass off there. Don't go on Will and Grace's new show and then advertise there, because that shit's not going to work. What's going to work is going to go to sport, get on the sporting events, do that through the television, or if there's one huge television event, advertise there. That's all you really need to do on television. But
well, brother,
YouTube,
the NFL is coming up, and we all know Microsoft and the NFL.
Well, yeah, no, they're gonna look. Some of the best commercials that came from Microsoft were for Madden. Like there were some of them, and when they were advertising NBA Live, those were some dope ass commercials. So that's what I'm saying. Do it at sporting events. PlayStation does it with college football. Does it with that's where you got to go. Do that with television. That you don't have to, and maybe like the music awards, or like those type of things. Something
special
that where people
events,
are sitting there,
basically.
yeah, special events where people are sitting there live watching it. You ain't got to do it all through because people watch stuff. They got DVRs now. They could just.
Did you watch that TED Talk too? Because I watched that when they talked about nobody watches commercials anymore. There was like a TED Talk on it, man, and they were talking about people recording on DVRs, not really watching stuff live unless it's sporting events.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, I understand this. I mean, because I don't watch as much television as I used to, and people watch Netflix and Hulu and things like that because they want to watch stuff commercial free. So that's why you don't want to put them in those spaces where there's television shows. You want to put them through live events, and the other events where you want to advertise is through streaming and through social media. So it's a smart plan. It's also the very first step that we have actually seen from Microsoft or I should say Microsoft, Xbox, whatever, that actually shows that they're about to give a damn about advertising. Because even if, let's say that they don't show an Xbox game, but they're going to advertise Mixer. So that means that they're getting serious about that. And I don't think that they're not going to utilize Ninja just on Mixer to keep that afloat. They're going to do that to advertise games. And like somebody said in the chat, have a game night to where you're showing Halo Infinite. Have him come on to Inside Xbox and show him playing a game, or he's very charismatic from what I've seen in his commercials and things like that. So you have him do a funny skit and he's showing like his multiple personalities playing Halo Infinite or whatever other game, or playing Forza, things like that. That is genius. And that is exactly what Xbox needs to go forward to have a good marketing strategy, because it has been ass all this generation, except for a few spots. So I think that it's a good thing because they're willing to spend the money to even get this guy over here to help promote anything. Mm-hmm. So that's my whole thought about that.
Nice. Yeah, and I think we covered it pretty well. Like, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how they utilize having the world's #1 streamer on their streaming platform. When it comes down to it, it's a huge catch for the platform itself, for Mixer. But that kind of like that catch can trickle down throughout, Xbox and stuff like that. So it's gonna be really interesting. I don't think anybody exactly knows what is going to be the benefits or even the repercussions yet of what's going down.
I look at it just like we did with Minecraft. I mean, this is what you do. And then on top of that, like I said, the dominoes are going to fall. There's going to be other streamers that's going to come over to Mixer just because of his move.
I already saw a bunch of smaller streamers said, I saw, shout out to Jez Gordon and Jamie Moran on Twitter, because there was a bunch of smaller streamers that moved over to Mixer, and they're like, wow, this is like the first day I streamed on Mixer, didn't even know this platform existed, and wow, I absolutely love it.
He's already brought attention. And then one other point that I was trying to get to it. I didn't think about it until just now. But what Knox said was like, well, why would you want him now? It's because you want him to have time to build up his fan base. You don't want to wait until, let's say, this time next year, and say we got Ninja, and then Halo is just 3-4 months away. You want to have that time for him to keep building his clientele, and then slowly start implementing those new strategies, because I think everybody knows that Fortnite is going to that way where it's going to be like Overwatch, where Overwatch was everything and anything. It was all powerful.
Well, let's be
now
real.
It's kind of
Fortnite is still going to be up near the top.
It's
for
going
a long
to
time.
be relevant. It's still going to be relevant. It's not going to die, but that gives a great opportunity for him to prolong his career, because he doesn't want to just stick with being a Fortnite guy. He wants to open that. He wants to open the door so he can have opportunities to do more things. And who better else to give the opportunity for him to show those skills if he was an old Halo player, and have him come out there in Infinite and then kind of do that transition slowly if Fortnite is still not holding it's still not holding the same weight.
Nice. And you know what? Speaking of Halo, I think it's a good time to switch topics. Yo, Mega, you are hitting me with the segues tonight, man. Back to back. Like, I like this, dude. But we all know that, Halo Reach is coming to the Master Chief Collection. We know that, there was a test on PC, because it's going to PC as well. Well, I have some not great news for people who have been waiting to possibly test Halo Reach on the Xbox One. The Xbox One playtest has been delayed. And the reason why, and I'm giving it to you, from the article, is that with having the new kind of like customization, the new customization uses Unreal Engine 4. Not only that, if you think about how many games are in the Master Chief Collection, they all use their own separate engine. So when it comes down to it, now you have another engine being stacked on top just to strictly run customization for your Spartan armor and stuff like that, which if you have ever played Halo Reach in terms of the multiplayer and stuff like that, they have huge customization when it comes to the armor. Now, it's exceeding their RAM requirements right now to run it. So that would make the game, that would make the testing very unstable. Frames per second, screen tearing, a whole bunch of mess would happen if you exceed your memory limit. So they have run into that issue, and they have delayed the testing for Halo Reach. But they have come out, 343 has come out and said that we would love this game in the hands of the gamers as soon as possible. But right now, this is the issue we are having, and we are working hard to fix it. Now, on the other hand, the PC version doesn't necessarily run into that issue because the RAM is subject to the owner. How much random access memory in a computer, in a PC, in a gaming rig depends on how much the owner wants to have in it. So with that being said, Knox, man, I'm not sure how big of a Halo fan you are. Are you disappointed in hearing this? Like, what is your general thoughts about hearing?
No, I wouldn't be disappointed at all, because you know what? If I'm gonna wait for it on console, I want the best iteration of the game, right? So go ahead and take your time, just get it right. That to me is more important than anything. I don't want a rushed product just for the sake of getting it out there. If it's done for PC and they decide to put it out there first, well, hey, I own a PC. I got 32 gigs of RAM on my chip.
Next question to you, dude. Are you reading my mind right now?
I'll try it there, but no one should have any issue with them postponing it because they want to put out the best product possible. That's just the way I feel about it. And like I said, if I just wait, try it on console, or if I really don't want to wait and it's available on PC early, I'll go try it there.
I will say, me, I am a Halo fan. I absolutely love Halo Reach. I think it had one of the best, stories. I actually put this Halo Reach's story, second to Halo 4. in terms of my list of best like stories in Halo. I am disappointed, but I also see where they're coming from with this. You don't want you don't want to release something or even have a test go out where you already know you're exceeding the limits of the memory that is used to, put the game, have it perform on that piece of hardware.
Yeah. If you know it's going to be a mess, there's no point in bringing it out. If they know there's an issue, it's the right call. It's not going to handle it properly because of RAM restraints or whatever. So then just don't do it. Just get it right and then get it out. But, just make sure you get it right.
Make sure you get it right. I got you, brother. Yo, Predator, what do you think about this announcement, this delay? I know you're more into kind of like realistic shooters and stuff like that. You like how you like how I threw that in there, right? But what do you think about this delay? Do you think there's going to be a lot of like disappointed Xbox One users here? Because if the test is delayed, then the eventual kind of like release of that game being included in the Master Chief Collection, that's got to be delayed as well, right?
Possibly. No one likes to hear the word delay when it comes from Microsoft because they start thinking canceled. So obviously this isn't going to happen. Obviously this isn't going to happen with this game. I'm not concerned about it. I mean, like Knox was saying, I'd rather them get it right because I think they can't fuck it up. Like it's just gonna be one of those like another punch in the eye.
Yeah. They can't afford that shit.
They can't. Yeah, they can't really screw this up. So if they got to take their time to get this shit perfected, then so be it. I'm not really concerned about the delay.
Well, shout out to Damn Good 75 in the chat. He says, I don't care about the multiplayer for Reach, just give me the story mode. But here's the thing. The armor customization leaks into the story mode as well. Because you are the Spartan. You're not Master Chief. So when you get new pieces of armor that you put onto your Spartan, even in the cutscenes on Halo Reach, it'll show your character with the armor that you put on him. So it leaks into story mode as well. Now, Predator, I got to ask you, I was going to ask Nox it, but he already answered. Now, I'm going to kind of reword it for you. Do you think there will be a backlash? Because PC, it's relevant to how much RAM the owner has in their rig. Do you think there would be a backlash if Halo Reach comes out on the Master Chief Collection on PC before it comes out on the console?
No.
Really?
Short answer. No, not really.
I think there's some opportunists out there that'll start.
We've had the Master Chief Collection on console, so like.
But not Halo Reach, though, man.
It's not that big a deal. I think I would say this. All right, the first thing that you're going to hear is people are going to assume that they're tailoring to the PC crowd.
That's what they're going to put out there, man.
Yeah, and they're not doing anything for the Xbox community. Now, if they need to delay it and hold it off until they can launch at the same time, so be it. I mean, but if it does come out earlier, I mean, it doesn't faze me. I think the community, there'll be a few people out there that will try and spin that narrative.
Oh my goodness! Yes, there will. There will be, like you said, a few people out there.
A few million.
Yeah.
But again, we've already had the Master Chief Collection. We haven't had Reach, but right. I think for the PC guys, because they haven't had Halo on there in a while, I wouldn't even be mad if they gave it to them first, to be honest with you. I think they deserve it. They've been waiting on it, and with them wanting it so bad all these years, give it to them. If it's ready, give it to them. I personally don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, and I gotta shout out to everybody watching right now. Thank you guys so much for supporting this show. It definitely really is appreciated.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Oh,
I'm reading the chat.
What happened? Oh no. Yeah. All of a sudden I see the C word in there a lot, man.
We already know.
But and one of the reasons why I bring it up like that, because first off, I'm interested to hear what the panel would think about in terms of Halo Reach coming out on PC first, just because it's not constrained to that closed system of hardware, that you know, that specific set memory, and you can't add any more to it. But I'm also saying this for the people out there watching right now, and for the people who check out the show afterwards, to kind of be prepared if there is a backlash, that you already knew it was coming, and you don't fall into any kind of like troll traps that might be put out there in case this does happen as well. Because you know there are people who will take absolute advantage in saying that Xbox does not care about the console gamer anymore, and it's strictly about the PC gamer.
Do you think that's the direction that they are leaning in, is to release the
from the way I read the article, they're talking about the Xbox One version, and kind of like in a very subtle fashion. It's like they're not having that issue on PC. They are having it on the console because of so many game engines that collection needs.
But people are gonna have a field day with that, man. People are gonna have a field day. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Microsoft just said that on purpose so they could get it out on PC first and give it to." You know how that's gonna go.
That's why I kind of put it out there just to get people prepared. If that's what happens, that is going to be kind of like, you know, every action has an opposite reaction, right? That's going to be the opposite reaction right there.
Where can you get Master Chief Collection on PC? Just the Windows Store, right?
Maybe on Steam too.
I think it's going to Steam.
Is it going to Steam?
You can't get the Master Chief Collection on PC right now. What they're going to do is, I feel like they're going to go in chronological order in terms of the story.
Yeah,
so
they're
if
gonna
that,
go, they're gonna,
if that's the case, Halo Reach will be first chronologically. In terms of the time of the story, Halo Reach was, you know, you ever hear that?
Yeah, I know it was.
You know, remember Reach and all that good stuff? That was like when the shit hit the fan the first time. So that would be the first game that comes out for the Master Chief Collection on PC. Do you see where I might be coming up with the fact that...
And that's going to be available on Steam.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, if it was the shit Windows Store, then I'd be like, it's all right.
It's all right.
But you know, it's Steam. I mean, to me, I don't care. I'm with Pred. If it's ready for PC, man, let them. If my thing is this, for me, my personal opinion, right? If it's ready for PC and they want to put it out and they think it's a good move, go ahead and do it. But if they think it's not going to be a good move, just wait. If you don't want to upset your Xbox fan base and you don't want to get the negative publicity out, if Microsoft is scared of that, then just release them at the same time. If they aren't and they're like, yo, we do what we want because that's the way it is, go ahead and release it. but that people are going to talk shit, they're going to talk shit.
Yo, Knox, what would you do? What would you do if you were in charge, it was ready on PC, right? And you're going in chronological order on PC. You're not releasing the whole Master Chief Collection, but you're releasing them, you know, one title at a time. And it's not ready on console yet. What would you do? Would you release it on PC?
If I haven't announced anything yet, if there's no like release date or window,
there is no
like
release date on it yet. For Master Chief Collection on PC or for a release for Reach on console.
Damn, that's a tough call, brother. That's a tough call because there's a part of me
these guys got to make every day. They got to make this stuff.
There's a part of me that says, "Yo, go ahead, let's do it. Put it out. Put it out." Now let me say this, right? For those of us that already own the Master Chief Collection, right? Is Reach just being given to the community, or are we going to have to purchase that as well? Because when I hear that they're adding it to the Master Chief Collection, well, I already own it, so
it's only like $5. It's like $5.
Yeah, you have to pay. You have to pay a minimum if you have Game Pass, though. here's the kicker: if you have Game Pass, then when it does come out for the Master Chief Collection, you can just automatically download it and start playing it.
Right. But what about if I own it? I mean, I do have Game Pass. You know that I have it for 100 years. But
if you own it and you don't have Game Pass, I think it's what K Mega said. It's about $5 to get it.
I mean, that's not a big deal. I'd release it.
they are doing 4K 60 FPS on Halo Reach.
I'd release it so that that people that've been clamoring for it on PC can finally get their hands on it. Yes, I know. Yeah, go buy an Xbox is what I should be saying. But that's not them. That's not their motto anymore, bro. So go ahead and release it. Go ahead and put it out there, bro. Let them get it, and then we'll get ours when it's done.
I asked what you would do, and I think you were leaning towards releasing it, man.
Yeah, I am. I did. I am. I said, yeah, release it. I'd release it.
Guys, you heard it. I put Knox under that heat lamp, man, in that wooden chair, and he said he would release it. Remember that, guys. But Mega, what's up, Knox?
No, I said I'd release it. Definitely.
I hear that smile on your face, brother.
There's a ton of money to be made right there.
Yo, Mega, what do you think, brother? What do you think about this delay? And like I said, I'm gonna ask you the same question as well. What do you think about the PC version possibly coming out before the console version? Because I can kind of see it heading that way, man.
I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, we've already had the Master Chief Collection already for what, 3 years, 4 years?
Yeah, but brother, we did not have Reach at 4K 60 FPS either, man.
But we got Reach. Reach has been available.
Yeah, 30 FPS, brother.
But we've had Reach. If people are caring about the story or not caring about the multiplayer,
okay.
I mean, if people are not caring about the multiplayer and you want to play the story, go buy Reach. Reach is available on your Xbox right now. Why would anybody?
The Don sent me a copy. I have a 360 version sitting right here on my desk.
I mean, this is the thing right here that doesn't really that it trips me out, right? Like, okay, that's just like, for instance, if somebody wanted to get a particular game and it didn't have the 4K enhancements. Like the Batman games. Okay, the Batman games didn't have those 4K, or Borderlands didn't have the 4K enhancements. Did that stop people from buying those Borderland games, those older Borderland games? No. And then when they got the enhancements, they got them for free. How I look at it is, if anybody is, like Pred said, the PC fans has been waiting for this, let them have it. Why would anybody? If anybody would?
I like that Pred said that, man. That was a really cool, honest answer, and it's something you don't necessarily hear in the gaming community today. It's like, you know what? They have been waiting so long for Halo on PC. Just let it release to them. If it has to be first, it has to be first.
Right, and this is the thing right here, is that I think nobody has really addressed yet, is that the Master Chief Collection, when it came out, was completely broken. The story-wise, it was fantastic, but the multiplayer was absolutely ass juice. It was horrible.
Ew.
It was horrible. No, I mean, I'm just being real. It was absolutely ass juice. It was broken. They rushed it out too early. The one thing that I think that, if anything, Xbox, Microsoft should be praised that they are paying attention to these issues. If not, then they would just throw that shit out there, and then they would have another debacle like Knox said, and you don't want that. You don't want to be scrutinized for doing it twice to the same fans that's been waiting, that got the Master Chief Collection and went through that hell of that game being broken, and it took damn near 3 years for them to get it right.
All right, but brother, check this out. Somebody, if they do bring it out on PC first, there's going to be a group of people.
Who gives a fuck?
But they're going to be saying they did it to them twice.
They've been on a tangent, and they've been exposing themselves as being frauds already. Who gives a fuck? If people care that much about it, then sorry for you.
All right, hold on. Portal player, I have seen your question. Trust me, I will ask the panel that as well. All right, so
yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, yeah, it's like somebody just said it. I was just gonna say that, other Zing, the Uncharted collection, it didn't come with the multiplayer. Did you hear a lot of bitching and moaning about it? You heard a little, but it didn't get. Look, I was like, why would you not implement? Why would you have people? Why would you charge people the same amount for that game in its half-ass? When you could have waited, did it the right way, and did a great service to the people who have not played Uncharted and let them experience the multiplayer. And maybe Uncharted 4's multiplayer would have been a better experience for other people instead of them ignoring it. Now, that's the thing of it to me is like, look, Microsoft is doing the right thing and they're being transparent. How the fuck is people out here being mad because a company's being transparent and being honest with you? Oh, that's not what I want to hear. No, that's garbage. They're caring about somebody else. No. Why would you tell me this? So you would rather them not tell you anything and then next thing you know, here's a delay so you can bitch about that too? Get out of here. Look, I mean, if it works on the PC, sorry. I mean, it just works for the PC.
Well, you can
let those people experience the game, then it's not going to. Trust me. If people really want to, I can understand from this aspect, right? If there was not a Reach available, and then they take it to PC, then there's a Reach in the bitch. Then I'm like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Why would you not want to have the console players have that when there's the console players who supported
exactly
Reach, right? I can understand, but Reach is available for you right now. You can pay $10 and get that shit on your console and play it.
It's not the upgraded version, though, man.
It doesn't matter. I don't know.
And here's another thing I don't know. With it,
if people are that hell bent behind it, then maybe you need to reconsider your practices and your hobbies. It's not that serious. The game is available. The game still looks really good on the Xbox. It's not like this shit looks like something from PlayStation 1 or from the OG Xbox. You know what I'm saying? It looks good. It's playable. It runs great, especially if you're playing it on your X. So if you can't be patient and want the game to be to be done right and given to you properly, then you have an issue. Because I would rather wait for the game to come out properly than to me to have something be broken and Master Chief not Master Chief, but dude over here doing the fucking moonwalk because it's not 4K 60. Come on.
Here's something else though. I believe that even though if you have the 360 game, when the enhancements do come, like when they do release it on the Master Chief Collection, because I believe this was the same way with the Master Chief Collection in like Halo 1, 2, and 3, you don't get the upgrades if you put your disc in. Like, you have to have like Master Chief Collection and you have to have it as like the upgraded version through the Master Chief Collection to get the 4K 60 as well. So the
Master Chief Collection, I can get that shit for $10 right now. Who's bitching? Bro,
you just said the game was available.
No, don't give it out as a game with gold, bro.
It's a game with gold. Goddamn, bro. Are you really that serious? I mean,
Xbox is trying to argue, man.
I know, bro. I'm trying to be flexible all the way around.
We done had 3 straight Halo fucking topics.
I know. I mean, and I would get it, but the only thing that I would see where anything would be legitimate on people having an issue is if Reach never came out at all on the console and it came onto PC first. That would be an issue. Like if there wasn't no backwards compatibility and then they would bring it on there, then I would be like, no, that's not right. You better wait and then you put it on both at the same damn time, because it's the console players who got that game, who supported that game. You're gonna have to do the console players right by that. You know what I'm saying? There's not everything, you know, I'm more diplomatic and more liberal about certain things, but with certain things like that, no, that's not right, and that's not fair to the console player. But when it comes to something that's already available for you, and you just want to bitch, you're gonna make videos, you're gonna get in Twitter and Facebook and say you're getting forsaken, you're being pushed, you're being this, you're being that. All you got to do is say what happened to Uncharted collection. And then that's it. That's drop the mic moment.
Well,
boom, they're dead.
Dude,
they're
you remember the damage control back then? It was like,
why do we gotta shit on Uncharted just to prove a point?
Because that shit was $60 fucking bucks, and they didn't have no money. They want a complete game, son.
That's we got shit on Uncharted, man.
How many games were in the Uncharted collection?
It was 3.
It was 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
I mean, there was probably nobody even playing the multiplayer by that time.
People. There were people that was bitching saying what, because they say the best multiplayer was 2, and I was 2 or 3. I can't remember which one it was, and I was like, man, I never played the multiplayer aspect of it, and I was like, man, when I saw the first scene at the collection, I said, oh man, this would be great to come on to my to add to my PlayStation 4, and I'll play the multiplayer and see what everybody was talking about. What PlayStation say to their fan base? Wah, wah, wah. No service for you, bruh. No, Jack, you just play these single player experiences and love it. And nobody didn't complain about it. Nobody didn't bitch. So come on, back off on the whole Reach thing.
That means those people were fine with our multiplayer. What I'm saying is, I agree with you. You know what I mean? Everybody that's a 360 fan or Xbox fan has experienced Reach. If they haven't done so, they probably are new to the platform. They'll be willing to wait, or they can get it on PC. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. Now, if it would have been like a new IP, a new Halo, and you're going to drop it on PC first, then I'm going to have a huge ass issue with that. You know, I agree.
And you know what else, guys? What's really crazy right now?
We don't got to shit on Uncharted.
I'm not shitting on Uncharted. I'm just saying it was incomplete. And then somebody even brought in the fact that it didn't even have the co-op.
Yo, Mega. I shared a picture that somebody PS4 shared of Bloodborne, right? And right in front of the camera was this huge.
Oh, I retweeted that for you.
You saw,
and
it
brought the normal hate.
That low res branch, and all I did, I pointed. I was like, "Wow, look at that low res branch. How come nobody like called that stuff out?" All of a sudden, I had people coming at to me. Why are you fussing about a branch? It got 92 on Metacritic and all that good stuff. I was like, I just put up. Why did anybody like not say anything? I mean, when it came to GTA, we heard about Blades of Grass, and we had people showing the character from Gears from the Gears test, and they're showing it in like a 720p resolution and stuff like that.
Real quick, Bob. Real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, but for Brian in the chat, the point of the topic is that it's working fine on PC. The problems that are happening are only occurring on the Xbox version of the game. So it's not that it's going to be released early unfinished on PC. It's that it's going to be finished and working properly earlier and be available for PC before. Yeah, I know, but I'm just
we're kind of reading tea leaves here. Like, what happens if it does?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because the problem that Halo Reach is running into is strictly because there's a certain set amount of RAM in the Xbox One, and with them using the Unreal Engine 4 to do the armor customization, they're actually exceeding the amount of RAM that's in the system, which creates the game will be a complete mess if they released it like that.
Right, but, and that's but that was the thing. Sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to just say is that look, that's something that it's a feat. Now I would like to know if there's been any other games that's actually been made as a collection to come out like the Master Chief Collection. I don't think that there's been a game like that.
Dude, it's unique. It's definitely
unique. It's very unique because it's not only the authentic style, but they enhanced it. And then they added new CG and gave you extra content within that. And so if they rushed it out, they made the mistake, let them get it right. There shouldn't be anybody to trip out on. I mean, if they even said, look, we'll just go ahead and have to delay this until the Scarlet comes out, I know that would be disappointing because when I was at E3, I seen the people playing it on PC. I've seen people playing Reach on PC. It looks phenomenal. Mm-hmm. People's playing with keyboard and mouse. And that's why I didn't jump on it because I was like, oh, shit, no. You got a controller? No, it's only keyboard and mouse here.
What they tested was a level in the story, right, when it comes to PC. So it's like they're not even testing the multiplayer. They're testing the story on PC, and that's what we would have gotten on Xbox One as well, but that's been kind of like delayed. And they basically said, once we get through this problem, we solve this issue, that's when the test and everything will kick in on console.
Then let them get it right. We don't want, as Xbox, see, this is the thing, and I know we can just move on, but this last thing I want to say on it. as Xbox gamers, there's already people out there that already feel
You
like they're shunned.
predator.
Right? They already feel like they're shunned by everybody else. If Xbox wants to get it right, then that is a testament of them wanting to cater to the Xbox gamer and make sure that they do it right and not have any flaws with it. I don't see a problem with it whatsoever, and any true common sense gamer out there shouldn't have a problem with it at all either, in my opinion. I mean, I know that there will be people that will, but I just don't see why it would be a problem if you delay something to make sure that you get it right.
I got you, brother. Now, I did promise one of our viewers, Portal Player, that I would address a question that he had in the chat, and I believe he wanted us to answer it on the panel. And basically, it was if we believe that. Hold on, let me get it. Yeah, it's Portal Player. He said basically, do we believe that Xbox is getting ready to leave the console industry and to go a third-party development team, like leave building consoles and everything like that, and go strictly third-party? I'm guessing kind of like, I think he, kind of like what Sega did when it came to, after the Dreamcast, you have Sonic on as a multi-plat and stuff like that. So who wants to tackle that question first?
I'll go.
I'll go
All
last.
You want to go first, Pred, or
I'll go last.
I'll go.
Pred, it's not Halo, Pred. It's not Halo.
This is what I think.
Try to get Halo in there somewhere for Predator, okay?
I think that Microsoft is absolutely trying something that way. I really do think that they absolutely will go third party if given the opportunity. If other platform manufacturers allow Microsoft to put their products on their machines, Microsoft eventually will. I do, however, think that they will continue to sell a console, to offer that console. Just if you want to get it from us, get it from us. If you want to get it from Sony or Nintendo, get it from them. If you want to play it on PC, get your PC, buy your parts from whoever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If you want to play it on a tablet, play it on a tablet. Now, if streaming takes off the way that they seeing it take off, to me, I don't think it will. And they no longer feel they have that need where you can start downloading their games maybe onto PCs themselves through Game Pass, the same way that you can download them now to Xbox, download them to PC and play that way. They might stop making the console. For the foreseeable future, I don't think they will. Mm-hmm. But eventually, if the dominoes fall the way they want them to, yeah, they're going to go third party and they'll stop making consoles. But that's no time soon. That's at least maybe the Scarlet, and if they survive that, then maybe one more generation.
Knox, you seem to be a little more like calm, cool, and collected when it comes to a question like this. And I think this is the first time I heard you say, yeah, they'll still make a console, but if they can get their games on every other platform, they'll do that as well. And you know what? When it comes down to it, I can see a space where that might happen as well.
They're trying it. I said it. This isn't the first time I said it. I said they're trying to go third party, but in an unprecedented way in gaming. And you know what? Maybe we don't like it now. I certainly am not a fan of it as of now. I don't know how I'll feel 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? I truly don't. Maybe, who knows what they're going to offer on Scarlet? Who knows what these studios are? But like I said, I can only go by what I'm seeing them do now. And from what I'm seeing them do now, they're not saying it outright. But yes, everything is in place for their third-party transition. They're doing it right now very softly, very quietly. They're doing it. We've already got the Outer Worlds is already, you know what I'm saying? And if that's successful, I see people already hyped about it. Not my cup of tea per se, but if that's successful, that's going to make a sequel. If they have to, and because I think it's part of their deal. And Microsoft isn't going to mind that, dude. Like they said themselves, Sony's one of their biggest partners when it comes to multi-platform shit with Minecraft. So is Nintendo. Now they got Cuphead. Man, listen, the writing is on the wall, bro. They're telling us themselves. It's not a secret. We just need to just pay attention and look. But like I said, it is going to be different. They are going to continue to offer consoles right now. I think so.
All right, I got you, brother. And before we get to K Mega on that topic, I want to shout out Axel1324 for hitting up that super chat, showing the support to the channel and the show. Thank you, my brother. He says, why can Netflix, Spotify have exclusive content on PC, console, and mobile, but Xbox can't have exclusive content on PC, console, and mobile? And brother, that's what I've been, you know what? You put that really, you put that down really well, because that's what I've been trying to say to people.
Nah, because then you're alienating your gamer. You how could a PC get an exclusive that a console gamer can't when we're paying for Xbox Live?
No. What I think what he's saying is the Xbox exclusive is on console, PC, and mobile. And I feel like with xCloud and what they're doing with PC, that's exactly what they're doing. Halo will come out on console, on PC, and when xCloud comes out on that as well. That is a Xbox exclusive on console, PC, and mobile. And I feel like a lot of people don't see it that way. Huge shout out to Axel for putting it that way, though.
That's how it's starting, but they're on PlayStation and on Switch.
Only a couple, dude. Only a couple, man.
I know, but do you think that this? It's safe to say this makes Microsoft a ton of money. Yes?
No,
it doesn't.
Being a third party is not going to get you a lot of money like that compared to being a maintain
holder.
But if you do both, you're offering streaming, you're offering third party, and if you want to, because we have a lot of Xbox loyalists, right? So if you are still an Xbox loyalist, come buy our console. We're offering it to you too. My man, they stand to make a boatload of money. And if you don't like Xbox, but you like PlayStation, well, buy Halo there too. Okay. They don't care.
This is the thing right here with that question. It's one. I think it's one of those things that I agree with Knox. It's going to be complicated, but it's not going to be how some people are trying to perceive it. I think what it is, it's everybody's going there. Microsoft just did it first by talking about user base, and what it's going to be, what the new hype and energy is going to be is user base. It's going to be your service. It's going to be Xbox Live, PSN, whatever Nintendo is going to call whatever they have. And those are the things that's going to be that new exclusive, because you have to be locked in within that infrastructure in order for you to play those games. So let's just say hypothetically, which would never happen because PlayStation doesn't want to lose any money, is to, let's say that, from what this crazy ass hypothetical that's been going on, well, I can get to play Gears 6 or Forza 9 on my PlayStation. Well, if that's the case, you're going to have to be signed in through Xbox Live, which still makes that an Xbox game, because you're still paying for that service to play online through Xbox servers. And if you don't think that PlayStation is not going to try to utilize that some kind of way, they've slowly been doing it. It's just that they haven't been doing it with their main 5 or 6 to 7 exclusive titles. But all these other games are getting ready, especially their second party. Their second party is deep in PC. They want to tap in there so they can and not only do their PlayStation wants to tap into that PC market. They also those people that make those games, those studios that make those games, they want to get some of that PC life too. So when people thinking that it's all about this, look, the head of PlayStation said himself that consoles are niche. It's niche.
People forget he said that.
They sold 100 million consoles, but when you compare that to mobile, when you compare that to the PC user base, when you compare that when you compare that to everything else, it is last. So they can brag about the consoles. Go ahead, Knox. Go ahead.
But those are numbers, right? When they throw out those $2 billion, right? And if you take 10% of that $2 billion, what's that, like $200 million, right? So So if you that's what they're hoping to scratch. That's what they got now. Pretty much that's the amount of gamers they got now in console gaming. Console gaming space probably got about 200 million.
Roughly 200 to 250 million, something like that. Yeah,
right. And if you and they are hoping, Microsoft's hoping to scratch to get at least 10% to tap into the 10% of that 2 billion mobile gamer space, right?
Right.
That's another 200. That's another 200 million gamers that they're trying.
Yeah, but they don't need to use the console space to get there. They have Windows. They have Microsoft. They have the PC space pretty much locked. I make this point so many times, and it's so funny to me when I see that these fanboys.
But they have it locked. But they have it locked through where though? Like where they're gonna sell you games on PC if not through Steam. And then if you're doing it through Steam, you're doing it through third party or Epic Store.
But how does Steam operate? What operating system does it mainly have to use?
But see,
it has to use Windows. But
it has to use Windows. So Microsoft is still benefiting from that. If they overhaul it, and we still heard these rumors about that they're going to overhaul the Windows Store. So they're still going to try to work on that. You know what I'm saying? They've been stressing that. So that's going to probably take some time. Go ahead.
My bad. But what I'm trying to say is why can everyone accept that they want to go mobile, they want to go PC, and they want to go on their, of course, their platform, but no one wants to accept that they want to go third party with PlayStation and Nintendo when they've shown that they've already done it.
Because that's not how it's going to work in the future. And even if you're saying that they would go third party, that's going to be at least 10 years away because of the fact that they got the xCloud that they're going to try to that's going to take time for them to try to get to try to ease through and try to get gamers to be accepting to that.
Guys, can I
bring in a new audience?
Can I just chime in on the third party thing when it comes to Xbox here?
Yeah.
Like, when it comes down to it, the games that, people are pointing to in terms of third party, games like Minecraft. Now, first off, when they bought that game, it was already a multi-plat. There are some people that said Microsoft should have pulled that out of other consoles. Now, they would have gotten a huge backlash if they did that. I think they did the right thing. They let it be where it actually was, and they collected the money from it. Then you look at something like Minecraft Dungeons, which, in a lot of ways, in terms of it being, if it was an exclusive, I can see, like, marketing and stuff like that really putting it out there as an exclusive. But I also can see them saying, well, Minecraft is multi-plat. If we take this Minecraft and make it exclusive, I can see where they would go and say, you know what? No, we'll put it everywhere as well.
They'll lose a ton of money if they don't do that. They won't.
But then games like
people are not going to run out. People are not going to run out and buy an Xbox just to play Dungeons.
Look. Okay.
If they felt that confident, they would have pulled Minecraft. They just knew this was too big of an investment buying this. How much did they pay Mojang for Minecraft?
It was like, no, they bought Mojang.
That's
they
what,
bought Mojang.
Oh, yeah, that's
they bought Mojang. It was over. I think it was like $2 billion.
$2 billion.
And they made their money that first year.
They wouldn't have had the balls to pull it off PlayStation or anywhere else where it was because they would have stood to lose on that investment.
It would have been a bad business move.
No, that's not true because more people on PC play Minecraft than anybody else.
That is true.
Okay, but people on PlayStation aren't playing that either, though.
They are, but I'm saying, they can recoup that money from the PC gamers alone.
Okay, so then why didn't they make it a console exclusive and leave it on PC and Xbox?
Because it was already on everything. I mean, that's just
PlayStation.
That's kind of
PlayStation stuck to their guns and said, "We're not even going to allow the cross play."
So you know what they did with that?
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Let's be. Hold on. Wait. This is the thing. I know it's your soul, but hold on. Wait. This is the thing that some of you guys don't comprehend. If PlayStation or Nintendo had the access to PC if they had an operating system like what Microsoft does, they would be throwing all their games out there too. God of War would be on PC, Mario would be on PC. They just don't have that type of operating system that can be thrown out there to be utilized like that. That's why Microsoft is in such a better position than, maybe not from their console space from this generation, but for just overall for reaching the most people. Microsoft is in the lead in that, because they're going to be ahead not only with the fact that they have Windows and they can put their games on whatever app, because that's all Steam is an app. If they want to put it on Epic Store, that's an app. Those things do not. It's a store. Those things will not work without having an operating system. And good luck trying to play those games on Mac and on Linux. It's not. You're not going to get all the games on those libraries. And Microsoft is going to make sure that they look over that shit, so where you won't be able to play them on Mac or what you call it, unless somebody is over there going to try to do some illegal shit. And if Microsoft finds out about it, their games are getting shut down. So again, PlayStation is in a great position console-wise, but PlayStation is thinking bigger themselves. Nintendo is thinking bigger. The console space, or the thought of the console, is almost going to be to the point to where it's irrelevant in the next 10, 20 years. And the only thing that's going to hold these consoles up is if there's a demand to buy. So on the one aspect of what you're saying, maybe in the next 10 years that Xbox might stop making Xbox, it's according to the public. It's not according to them. They'll make consoles as long as they're buyers. I think if there still is many, because we don't know how many Xbox Ones has been sold, but I think if they still sell around this mark, that they'll still continue to keep making consoles. If it goes less, to go back down to where it was with the Wii U, then I think that they would be looking to just say, hey, look, we'll just go another direction. But as long as there are people that say that that they want a console experience, they'll be the ones to dictate the market.
Microsoft is already steering the ship in that direction. Like
they're already. We got more consoles out there than anybody else this generation. They got another console than they're putting in, and it's supposed to be the more powerful console.
You're talking
they got more iterations of consoles than anybody else. On top of that, they're adding another enhanced version of a console. Then they got Lockhart, and then they got
they can't.
Their little stream
Scarlet.
Well, you got Scarlet, and then you got this little stream box Xbox, and then of course they still might eventually bring in the Lockhart later.
I tried to say this from the beginning, and it's funny because one side of what I'm saying, a lot of what I've been saying, a lot of people are now saying and are now worried about. At the end of the day, and I know Knox, you'll disagree with me on this, but this is absolutely true. At the end of the day, except for Nintendo, because we have no idea exactly what Nintendo wants to do. You know, they sit in their own corner and they do whatever the hell they want to do. They sold gamers cardboard at one point in time, all right? So I'm not even trying to think about their plans for the future. But when it comes to Sony and Xbox, when it comes to Sony, Microsoft, Xbox, PlayStation, they would love to become all streaming platforms. Both of them would. Now, when it comes to Xbox, because they are a division of Microsoft, they have the server farms in place already to get everything kind of put out there first. All right, which is why we're seeing that side of it first. At the end of the day, both of these companies would love to go streaming. And it's funny because people are taking half of what I said, but they're not taking the other half.
You call me old-fashioned, you call me whatever you want, man. If streaming succeeds, it'll be the ruination of gaming, in my opinion. Gaming going a la carte is one of the worst things that could happen. I don't like that streaming future. I'm a console dude through and through. I'm always going to want to support a console, and nobody seems to. Everybody got this great imaginary picture of how awesome it's going to be streaming. That shit is going to be shit, and I really hope it fails. I mean, that's just as blunt as I can.
If that fails, then gaming innovation is going to fail. You don't want anything to fail. I mean,
Why
that's
would
like
gaming?
that's like
That can't be true.
that's
Man,
not
gaming
Exactly.
has gotten
That's
that
true,
gaming has gotten
dog.
better and better throughout the years. Gaming was supposed to die like 10 years ago. Hey, we're still here kicking ass and taking names, right? The X, the most powerful console. This streaming shit, this wanting to modernize shit just to try to reach the broader, bigger audience, man. I mean, sometimes when is enough enough. You know what I mean?
Okay, Knox. Let me ask you this question, and then I know Pred's ready to go. I'm just going to ask you this one question, and I'll just let it be after that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You said you want games, you want bigger and better games like God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn and Gears 5, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Those games cost money, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, so if you got new consoles, that's going to enhance these games to get bigger and better. What do you think? How much those games are going to cost? You think they're going to be cheaper or they're going to cost more?
Well, if they get to the point where their worth will determine what their value is, right? Like if that depends how good of a product, how far have we grown? Because I'm not one of them people that says games need to cost $60 forever. Listen, if eventually, it's like I said, the X set the bar, right? No longer will consoles ever be cheaper than $500. I said that then, and I stand by that now. It's going to be $500 or more going forward. The gaming community needs to just understand and accept that, because that's just the facts. You want better, you pay for better. What I don't like is the streaming shortcut. To me, it's just a way to try to reach a broader demographic that, to me, isn't really going to support this niche hobby of ours.
People thought the same thing about Netflix.
People thought the same
about Blockbuster now.
1 second, Mega. Knox, they have to reach a broader demographic, because if you look at it, the price of game development is ever increasing. If we want to keep our games at $60 a piece, if we want to buy them, or if we even want them to drop it down lower in terms of digital sales, which a lot of people do, they want them to drop it down lower. I can see the common sense in that. If that is going to happen, it's an industry that's already bigger than the movie industry, and they need more consumers to offset the price of development. So if that's the case, they need to reach out to a broader demographic at some point in time.
Yeah, and games as services is one of those things that help and alleviate to why we won't see games to be $80, $90. Because if you go back to when there was the cartridge, there was Nintendo games and Sega games that was damn near $70, $80, and $100 if they were Japanese imports. So that's what I'm saying.
Tommy Lasorda baseball was $85 when I bought it for the Genesis, and that was here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you don't gamers bitch about that. They bitch about DLC, they bitch about microtransactions, and now they want to, now they're going to start bitching about the prices of these consoles, but then yet they want bigger and better, and they want bigger and better. That's not how this is going to work. When you go see movies, there's a reason why the movie theaters has gotten more expensive, because people want to see bigger and better movies. This is the same type of entertainment. I don't understand why they got to separate video gaming business from every other business that's out there in the world. I just don't get that.
I don't know. I don't like the a la carte direction. I mean, I know Pred wants to chime in. Let me shut the hell up.
Predator! Yo, Pred, you still there, brother?
Talking about Halo?
No, we're not talking about Halo. Yo, Portal Player. Yo, shout out to Portal Player. Thank you, brother, for putting that in the chat. And like I said, we are covering that. Portal was asking about if we think that Microsoft will eventually kind of ditch making a console and go third-party publisher when it comes to their games. What do you think, brother?
I think I've answered this question in the past. And I can see if certain things pan out the way they're hoping they pan out with streaming, maybe they'll start shying away. Okay, everything has to line up perfectly in a weird fucking, the stars and the moon all have to line up right. Okay? So like, if streaming takes off and it's perfect, right? Like there's no latency or very little latency, and say the next console just flops, right? The console after that, if there is one, that I can see them kind of pulling out at that point in time. I don't think we'll see like a traditional console like we have now with a disc in it. It might just be like a small, like fucking phone size fucking thing you plug into your TV. Yeah, something like that. That you can just download. And I'm not into the tech shit, but like something simple like that assists with keeping latency where it needs to be.
And that's exactly what they patented at one point in time, man.
And if that's your console, that's your console, right? In a traditional mindset, but kind of listening to what everyone's been talking about in chat and what you guys have been saying so far in here, like, the industry will change. It's inevitable. It's gonna move on to something else at some point in time, and we have to be ready for that. Like if you're a traditionalist thinking that you got to have this box sitting next to your TV so you can play video games, that may go away at some point in time. I don't think that's going to happen in the next 10 years. But if the shit sucks, if the next Xbox flops and bombs, they're going to have to readdress their console and what they're selling. I mean, like, I don't know what they make on their games. I don't know what they make on their consoles, how much it takes. I don't have all the fucking facts in front of me. But if they're, and I think Knox alluded to this, how Phil was saying, like, the competition, they're partners. That's not really what he said. He said they're customers.
Yep.
I don't think he said partners. I remember him saying customers. So like you've got them using
everything,
software tools like Simply Gone, Havoc.
Yep.
They've got some of their games coming into their system, whether it be something as big as Minecraft or something as small as that fighting game that K Mega loves so much, like something like that. But they're all on these other consoles. Like that's helping pay for the purchases of that company that just paid for it, right? So like the telltale sign will be when you start seeing their new, not the ones that were already developed or in development phases, they're brand new first party IPs starting to go over to Nintendo or start going over to like let's say they make a Minecraft 2, this is for shits and giggles.
And
they
you're
put
talking
that
about these games being natively run, not streamed.
Yeah, I'm talking like native, like
yeah, because Portal Player he's coming out. He's been in the chat a couple times stating this. He says that he doesn't believe that even if you can stream the games like on PlayStation or Nintendo, because it's not native, the game is not necessarily multi-plat. And I agree with him because it's still the Xbox platform, xCloud, streaming to a certain device. You see what I'm saying? You might be able to play it like on PlayStation or something like that.
Xbox Live account, stuff like that. Like,
yeah.
But like, I haven't even fired up my PlayStation in months. But like, can you get an Xbox app on PlayStation?
Nah.
Can you get Mixer on PlayStation?
No, not yet. Well, Mixer.
Would PlayStation want that? That's the question, and that answer is no.
Yeah, and if that happens, if that ever happens, let's say they start putting Xbox app on PlayStation or Switch, or that's your telltale sign right there. You start seeing that kind of shit happening. You start seeing their brand new first party IPs going over there. That's where you'll start seeing like, okay, that will make you scratch your head like, what the fuck is Halo doing over here? Like, but like, I mean, like, but that will be your sign right there. But I don't think Halo, in the next 10 years, I think we got at least another 2 generations of consoles before we get to that. We got at least a Scarlet coming out, and then whatever happens after that.
All right.
Yeah. And I think that this generation is going to be longer, kind of like the 360 and the PlayStation 3 generation.
Nope, it's not, brother. It's not.
I'll go back and say this too.
I will bet you $5 that it's not as long as the 360 PS3 generation.
That's a bet.
All right, you guys heard it here. We on live on the show. Me and Mega got a $5 bet because that's a gentleman's bet right there, is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you're like you have everything, right? This hypothetically thinking, like if you have everything, you have a PC, you can get Halo on your PC. You can stream Halo on your TV, like a Samsung TV or something like that, and there's no latency whatsoever. What is the purpose of having a console at that point?
Just kind of like
to have it, right?
Yeah, it's basically just to have it there because that's what you're used to at that point in time.
I mean, and that's why I'm saying, like, if the streaming thing takes off and it works, like the way that it plays everything like it's like native, right? If that happens, like say like the star and the moon align perfectly in the right arrangement, If that happens and they can get the shit working right, then maybe that the whole Xbox goes away type deal. But I think initially the backlash of them not having a console would kind of make people think negatively in the first place. Cause like, I want a console. I would buy one, but like going into this next generation, I don't think I really need one. I got a Scorpion right here, so like, why do I need to buy a Scarlet and I have a PC that I can play the same games on? And I just don't see the purpose of buying another console. And some people may think of it that way at some point in time. Like, I don't need this. I don't want to spend $600 on a new console if I have a console here that can still play, some games in 4K or 1080 60, and I got a PC I can stream stuff to.
Yo, Pred, one thing I will say, and I know a lot of people out there won't agree with me on this, but on the business side, adopting the PC more at this point in time, where AMD is coming out with more powerful hardware at cheaper prices, I thought that was a bold and actually a good move when it comes to Xbox on the business side of things. Because there's a lot of people who looked into PC gaming, saw how much it was to build a rig, and was like, fuck that, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But now, with AMD coming in with a lower price point for things and making it a lot more affordable for people to build a substantial rig, you know what I'm saying? And they want to get into PC gaming and stuff like that. Microsoft and Xbox are right there waiting for that consumer base as well.
Think about how many consoles I bought. I don't even want to mention this, but I bought like 5 consoles generation, right? So I bought 2 OG Xboxes. I bought 2. I traded those in. I bought 2 Slims or the S's, whatever. I traded those in, at least one of those, and I still have one of the S's. And then I got the new one, the X, right?
Yes.
That's like 5 consoles right there. You add up all the money I spent, I could have bought a PC.
That is true.
That's true. Yeah, and that's the one thing what I'm saying is that this isn't just an Xbox thing. This is a PlayStation thing as well. They want to get away from spending so much money on these consoles. That's why the user conversation is going to be more apparent, and it's going to be out there a lot more because they want to use these services as their barometer to where they know that they can make more money that way than they can by just throwing out consoles and having gamers spend more money, because it's going to get to a threshold to any consumer to most consumers, when you start going into that $500 to $600 on a console, that's when you're going to start losing. You're going to start losing people, and they're not going to want to spend that type of money. $500 is the point. $600 is where you start getting to the breaking point. Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if these consoles are only going to get more expensive and have more tech in them, so if you're thinking that in 5 years that we're going to see another iteration of a console, and it's just going to still be $500, and these consoles are really going hard in the paint to try to keep up somewhat with the PC. Hell no, that thing is going to be $700-800. That's why I say that they got to take the time to make sure that these consoles, the technology will catch up to where it's not as expensive. That's why I say it's going to be prolonged.
Now, what they're looking at in game development, it's all utilizing ray tracing, making ray tracing a very important part of game development. If you ask developers and stuff like that, that's what they're tinkering with in the background. That is going to be the thing when it comes to next generation, and whoever has the best ray tracing technology in their platform, that's going to be kind of like the epitome right there of console gaming. It's going to be the one that devs will kind of like utilize more. But on that note, guys, we have come to the end of the show. As usual, a bunch of great topics, great discussions, because this is a great panel. This is the Next Podcast, people. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this Saturday evening, prime time, because we got the cojones to go live prime time on Saturday. But guys, you know what it's time for. Like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And I am gonna start with Predator, and hopefully he'll say Halo again one more time. But Predator, why don't you let people know where they can get a hold of you to talk games, and if you have anything on your plate in terms of special appearances for other shows, man.
Nothing in the works coming up other than maybe Xbox Nation on Wednesday. You can find me here though, Predator_HOS, pretty much everywhere. Xbox, PlayStation, MySpace, Tinder, fucking I'm everywhere.
Tinder.
Man.
Damn.
I'll see y'all next week.
Penis demon.
Yo, find Predator on Tinder. Guys, I want you to go find him on Tinder and share the link on Twitter when you do find him, okay? Yo, Mega, as usual, man, you and Knox, I see you guys like forming this bond, this like brotherhood when it comes to games, man. You guys like feed off each other. I know both of you guys are heavily opinionated, and it's cool, man. Sometimes I just sit back and just listen to you guys and your thoughts and opinions go back and forth. But we're not here to talk about that right now. Why don't you let people know about GRG, about your YouTube channel, and where people can talk games with you, brother?
Me and Knox is like hot grease and milk, but it works.
Oh, no. You said, but it works. You said, but it works, though.
But it works. It works. That is just we ain't gonna see eye to eye to a lot of things. What'd you say? What'd you say, Brent? Anyway, we don't see eye to eye, but man, that's brother part of the family, man. So I mean, it is what it is. I've been on plenty of podcasts where I don't get along with. Well, I can't say get along, but I disagree. And they disagree with me, but it's still all love. I don't have a problem with Knox whatsoever. So this is what it's all about. This is what makes it a great podcast, because we challenge
until he
each
goes
other,
off
and
the air, he's
great.
like, "Fuck you, Knox!" Like, no, I'm just playing.
No. It gets heated. The moment is juicy, but after that, I'm saying it's all love. There's no reason to get ignorant over video games.
Yo, Z Black said for Predator, swipe
we're
left.
adults.
Swipe left.
But yeah, you can check me out on my channel, KMega405. Go up there and jump in and sub it. You don't have to look at anything. Just sub the motherfucker. And then, but if you want to stick around, check out the GRG podcast. We have a lot of fun. And I'm going to be streaming something with Don tonight. I don't know what it is. I'll probably mostly be Borderlands. And then for the late night hype, I'm going to jump in and play some Madden, and I'm going to jump in on 100's ass and beat the brakes off that mother. Boy, I can't wait to get him. But anyway, ram that. What you sticking your finger at me for, girl? What you mean? What you mean? What you mean, no man? It better be pants off, dance off. Okay. Well, then there might not be no man then if that's the case. But anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. As always, peace.
Nice. And my brother from NYC. My Destiny 2 Guardian brother, man, that's where we first started gaming. Dude, I am so glad I met you. Got to play Destiny 2 with you, man. You shared your YouTube channel. I was like, dude, we got to get you on this show, man. And you said yes, and I really, really do appreciate it. Why don't you let people know about your channel? I know your work schedule is changing and everything like that, but definitely let them know about your channel and where they can go to talk games with you as well.
Absolutely, man. And I feel the same way, my brother. And of course, me and Mega's mad cool, man.
Like hot grease and milk.
I don't know about that analogy and shit.
Oil and water. I mean, what?
Yeah,
I mean,
that would have went with that. That would have been all right.
Grease and milk. That's some.
I literally lost my appetite after he said that.
Hot grease and milk.
Oh, fucking with the chicken skin floating in it and shit.
Oh, see, it was molded milk.
Oh, see.
We're not trying to get the viewers sick here, people. Come on,
God.
But yeah, man. But I feel the same way, my brother. You already know, man. I love this panel show right here on YouTube, man. In Knox We Trust. Like I said, I've put it out there before, man. It is on hiatus for a little bit because I got some things happening at work and all that. But still be able to catch me right here on Saturdays, man. In Knox We Trust. On YouTube, next podcast on Saturdays, Xbox Nation on Wednesdays, and y'all already know, man. Pretty good, pretty neat. This is the shiznit right here.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, Bot,
What?
this is the first time ever on the next podcast. K Mega just beat a game while doing the show.
Dude, I saw that. It was the Shadow of War, right?
No, I beat Shadow of War.
But you had the gameplay.
Last weekend.
But you had the gameplay up, right?
Yeah, I had a gameplay.
That was the end right there, right? That you brought.
No, that wasn't the end. No. That was the middle end of Shadow of War.
The middle end.
The middle end.
Did they try to do a Witcher there, man?
Yeah, no, I put in about 179 hours before I beat it. But there was a game that I just I've been playing just today. I picked it up and it was like
game you were talking about.
That Japanese game is called Internal 2. Man, the game is real. It's a good little hack and slash, man. And it's a Japanese game on Xbox. I just completed it. That's the first time that I beat a game while doing a show.
I gotta pick up because it's not in Game Pass anymore. I gotta get DMC Ninja Theory, man. I have been wanting to play that game, stream that game again, and it's not in Game Pass anymore. So I gotta fork over some money. You said hack and slash. That's the first game I think of, man.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
I'm just saying.
Huge shout out to everybody who came out to check the show live. Thank you guys for all your support and for everybody who checks it out afterwards. I know, for some rhyme or reason, scheduling or whatnot, we can't have every single person who enjoys the show here at the show when we go live every Saturday at 7 p.m. But we do appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you so much. But it is Saturday. Gamers got a game. I got to get the controller in my hands. I'm thinking about possibly the golf club, as you guys saw. I did have some gameplay on there. I've been working on my iron game when it comes to the golf club, and I'm finally getting some improvement there. But also,
I heard you need to get some improvement with that iron. That driver.
Why you gotta bring it there, brother? Why? Is that, are you guys so starved in OKC that you have to bring those jokes out like all the time, man?
Oh, no, I'm not starving. It's just, what I'm saying? I'm always, it's always popping off. I'm just saying. I know that, I'm trying to help you out, bro.
All right, I got you, brother. But, guys, the show is about to be off. So go over to my Twitter. It is at Xbot448. Right at the top of my page, you can vote for who had the best gameplay. And it is between, of course, yours truly, Xbot448, Predator, H2O, and Elmega. Okay? So, guys, go and vote for who had the best gameplay. And I'm going to end the show the way I do every week. We will see you next Saturday for the next podcast. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Grease and milk.
Oh,
Penis demons on Tinder. Look for that name.
Yo,
Fred goes by Penis demon on Tinder.